Good morning. It is a great honor to be able to kick off the conference with you this morning. My name is Melissa Harankin, and I was asked to do some yoga, about a half hour of mindfulness and movement to prepare our bodies and minds for all of the learning and sharing that we're going to be taking in today. So I hope you can find a comfortable spot in your home or wherever you are joining us from today, and join us in any capacity that you can. You can certainly sit and be mindful with us. If you would like to modify to do chair yoga, that is absolutely an option, because yoga is for everybody, and we'll just settle our minds and focus on our breathing to get started. But I'd like to open with a poem by Danielle Dobie, who is a yoga teacher and practitioner and a poet. To all the late nights, early mornings, learnings gained and experiences shared, here's to the hardships that became our teachers, to the heaviness that taught us how to rise again, and to the people who would stop the world to sit and celebrate our presence. Here's to the times we chose feeling over disconnection, freedom over perfection, courage over what's known and certain, and doing the work. Here's to releasing what wasn't ours to teach or carry. Here's to palms wide open to new blessings. Here's to taking one step forward into the hope and possibility of tomorrow. This is absolutely a celebration of our health and our being together. We'll begin in any comfortable seated position, and we'll place one hand on heart and one hand on belly. And just notice our breathing. Notice your heartbeat, possibly the movement under your hands. Grounding into this experience. Breathing in, I am safe. Breathing out, I am grounded. Breathing in, I am centered. Breathing out, I am here. And gently release your hands. We'll place our left hand on the ground, reaching our right hand, painting a rainbow. Your gaze can follow. So you feel a nice body stretch on the right. Reverse sides. Raise your left hand, gaze can follow. Feeling a nice opening in the side body. 2 more times each side. Really slowing down that movement and stretching out your fingers as if you're moving through water. Inhale and exhale and release. And inhale and exhale, release. Bring your legs out in front of you to staff pose. It is an energizing pose, so keep the energy flowing to the tips of your toes. And a nice tall spine, bringing your heart upward. Bend your right leg, hugging your knee. And place your right foot on the outside of your left leg. If it is in your body, you can reach your right hand back and hug your right knee with your left arm. And inhale and exhale, deepening the stretch with every exhale. And release, gaze comes forward. Switch legs, left leg comes in, give it a hug. Left foot on the outside of right leg, reaching your left arm back, right elbow to left knee. And gaze can go backwards, feeling a nice twist, cleansing, binding. Inhale and exhale, deepening into the stretch. And release. We'll bring our legs around and come to a child's pose. So there are different variations of this, but find what feels good in your body. Big toes together, knees out, and slowly reach your arms forward, bringing forehead to the mat. This is excellent for lower back as we humbly place our third eye on the mat. You can walk your hands a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right for a nice side body stretch. And release. And we'll come to tabletop. Stacking our elbows over hands, shoulders over elbows. And again, knees under hips. And just a nice neutral pose. You can find a little bit of your own organic movement here. And we'll join in a couple of cat-cows. So arch your back up like a scary Halloween cat. Gaze can come down. And reverse, gaze comes up, tail up. Arching the back, and release, hollow out the center, and release, reverse, gaze comes up, and one more time, cat and cow, and find just a little bit of organic movement. You can glance to each side, stretching the side body. Okay. And now to give a nice opening stretch to our upper body. This is called threading the needle. So still in the same tabletop position, we'll bring our left hand to the center and reach our right hand up. Gaze follows. And thread the right hand underneath the left arm, bringing your cheek and ear to the mat. Remembering our breathing, inhale and exhale. Letting something go with each exhale, and paint that arm up again, gaze follows, and place the right hand on the mat. And now on the other side. This is an excellent stretch for opening up the upper back and the lower back. So paint the line up with your left hand as far as you can. If this is as far as you can get, that's perfectly fine. It's about not looking a certain way, but the way it feels in your body. And thread that needle through. Placing your left ear and cheek on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Releasing something. release. Left hand up once and placing it back on the mat. Come to a seated position. Mermaid legs, so knees forward and legs off to the left. Yoga is really teaching us to slow down, to let those layers of stress peel off us like onion skin that we acquire through the days, through the weeks, as the biggest lesson that yoga has taught me. So this next one is a modified gate pose. So there's several ways to do this. We can leave the right knee in, extend the left leg out, and lean over to the right, placing our left hand on our left shoulder. Do a couple of circles here. If it feels good in your body, just exploring. And if it feels okay in your body, you can extend the arm, gaze follows. If you'd like a little deeper stretch, you can come up to your knee if it feels okay in your body. And then we'll open up our heart, gaze to the ceiling, and release. And 2 more times with the breath. Inhale and exhale. And 1 more time. And release. Come back down to seated. And we'll switch the direction of our legs. At any point, this shouldn't hurt, so please modify as necessary so that it feels comfortable in your body. So extend the right leg out. Let your weight come to your left hand, right hand to right shoulder. Just some gentle circles exploring. Getting the synovial fluids going in your joints. If it feels okay, extend that hand up, opening up, preparing to receive all of the beautiful information from our colleagues today, so that our minds and hearts will be open to new learning. And if it feels good, remember you can open up, heart opens up, and release with your breath. And extend and release. 1 more time. And release. If it feels good in your body, you can come back to a child's pose. You can keep your knees in. Again, at any time, you can feel free to return to child's pose just as a resting space for your body. And we'll return to those grounding thoughts as we inhale and exhale. Bring 1 hand to heart, 1 hand to belly again. Maybe it feels a little different than when you did it at the beginning. Perhaps your heart is beating a little faster. Your breath is a little more buoyant. Breathing in, I am safe. Breathing out, I am grounded. Breathing in, I am centered. Breathing out, I am here, as is. Yoga helping us to be present and in the moment today, with all of the beauty and the difficulty that we may experience. So we'll meet in tabletop again. And we're going to do 1 downward facing dog as we transition to our standing sequence for today. So raise the hips, hands and hips shoulder width. From your downward facing dog, we walk our legs slowly toward our hands. We'll meet in forward fold. Your feet can be hips distance apart, and you can grasp your elbows if you like, and just ragdoll out your body a bit. Relax your head, a couple of yeses, a couple of nos. Shake it out. And a couple of cleansing breaths before we start our standing sequence. So inhale and exhale. Whoosh. Let it go. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Nice audible breath. It's a great one to do with students or colleagues anytime. Shake it out a little bit. We'll meet in star pose, one of my favorites. So feet reaching out, hands reaching out. Lift your heart. Feeling the power of the earth, the stability going through your feet, all the way to your fingertips. Sending out some love. And release. We'll come into a chair pose. So hands reach up, knees over feet, putting your hips back as if you're sitting in a chair. Feet are nice and tight together. Revolve chair to the left. So your right arm can come to your thighs, left hand to the lower back. If you'd like a little deeper stretch, you can bring hands together. But remember your breathing. Don't get ahead of your breath is one thing my yoga teacher loves to say. Feeling a nice washing out. And we'll release, stepping that left leg back. Warrior one, raise your hands up. Feeling the strength in this power pose. Open up to warrior two. You can widen your stance a bit. And reverse warrior. Left hand to the back of the thigh. Right hand paints a line up to the ceiling. Gaze can follow. Feeling a nice stretch in the side body. Pinwheel the arms over and come to forward fold. Releasing, relaxing, letting something go. Slowly raise up to mountain pose, engaging your quads. And we'll meet back in star. Send out some love to your colleagues across this state. You can say to yourself, I am strong, I am open, I am grounded. And release, we'll come to chair again. So chair pose, feeling the strength. This is a very good stabilizing pose. Revolve chair on the other side, the side you didn't do last time. Or deepening into the stretch. Remembering your breath. Slowly release. Right leg comes back. Heel on the floor. Arms up. Warrior one. I am strong. Open up to warrior two. Stretch those fingers out. Stance can widen a bit. Bring your right hand to the back of the right thigh. Paint a line with the left line. Reverse or peaceful warrior. And pinwheel it forward. Release. Standing forward fold. At this point, if I'm with colleagues, I love doing a group tree pose, but we can stretch out our branches to people across the miles. So we'll bring our weight to our left leg, lifting the right knee so our right toes are on the mat or the ground. You can bring your hands to your hips for a little bit of stability. A little bit of balancing. Your right foot can come to a kickstand, to your calf, or perhaps up to your inner thigh, just avoiding the knee joint. We'll bring our hands to prayer, and we'll reach out our branches, feeling the connection across the miles to all of our colleagues, sending and receiving love. Feeling the energy from our roots to our branches. And release. Wherever you are today is fine. Some days your balance is great, other days it is not, and it's not the same on both sides. So we'll bring our weight to our right leg. Kickstand up that left foot. Again, you can bring it to calf, leave it on the mat, or bring it up to your inner thigh. Steady your gaze and reach out those branches, opening up, sending and receiving love and light. And I love talking about how a forest is stronger than one tree alone. The trees communicate to each other through chemical signals. So the protection of the forest is really a beautiful thing. Just like our community here, even though we're across the miles, we can give each other love and support, and we're stronger together. Thank you very much for your community tree. Now we'll meet back down on the mat for a cool down sequence as we close up today. We'll be back in seated pose after the energizing standing sequence. Come to staff pose, legs out in front of you. Extending that spine, shoulders back. Head to knee pose is next. So bring your right leg in, left leg extended. Lift the torso and lower it over the left leg. Doesn't matter how far you can get down today, as long as you're feeling a stretch in the hamstring and the lower back. Inhale and exhale, deepening into the stretch. And release. Switch legs. Right leg out, left leg in. Straighten and lift the torso and bring it over the right leg. Inhale and exhale, deepening into the stretch. Release. So we'll come back to those mermaid legs, both feet off to the left, knees bent, and this is a seated twist. So right hand out, left hand to the right hip. Rock a couple of times. You're massaging the right glute and getting a nice cleansing twist in the side body. And if you want to extend that, you can lift your arm up and release. Switch sides. Right hand to right hip, left hand out, weight bearing, and rock a little bit, massaging the left glute, feeling a nice stretch in the side body. And again, if you'd like a little more extension, lift the arm. And release. Put your knees out a bit and windshield wiper your legs if it feels okay in your body and your knees. Now, one of my favorites, we'll bring it down to the ground for supine pigeon. So lower your back to the mat, feet flat on the mat, knees bent. Hug your right knee in and place your right foot on your left knee, creating a figure 4 with your right leg. You can stay here, or if it feels okay in your body, you can lift your left leg toward your torso. You can clasp hands behind left hamstring, stabilizing. Excellent hip opener for the right side. You can take a little bit of organic movement, rock a little bit. If it feels okay, you could extend the left leg up as well. Inhale and exhale. And release. Right foot back to mat. And we'll do the same on the left side. Hug in your left knee, or raise it up. Left foot to right knee, creating a figure 4 with the leg. We hold a lot of our stress in our hips, so excellent hip openers for preparing your body for the next chapter and leaving something behind that is no longer serving you. You can lift your right knee, bringing it closer to your body. Again, you can extend. Whatever kind of variation feels good for your body today. As long as you're feeling the opening and the stretch in the left hip. Head is relaxed, making sure your lower back is on the mat. And release. We'll do a little bit of a twist while we're down here before we head into our Shavasana. So hug both knees. And for supine twist, you can tee out your arms, drop both knees to the left, keeping gaze upward, or gaze to the left, feeling a nice cleansing twist in the body. Inhale and exhale. And as we exhale, bring your knees back to center. And release, dropping them to the right. Perhaps repeating those mantras to yourself. I am grounded. I am here. And release. And now we'll come to Shavasana, which is corpse pose. So get as comfortable as possible. Arms out to side, legs extended about mat width. And inhale and exhale. Nothing to do but to receive. You can place a hand on your chest and your belly again, maybe to feel the difference from the beginning of this session. Bring a little bit of slow movement into your hands and feet. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe a stretch. Very slowly, taking your time, we'll meet in seated position. We don't want to undo any of the unraveling we did in our practice today. So be gentle with yourself, give yourself grace. Moving slowly and mindfully. So as we close out today, just a little affirmation as you prepare for a day of learning and sharing and gratitude for all those who are sharing today, for all those who are showing up to learn, and all the time that the chairs have put into planning this beautiful celebration for us. So bring some gratitude to your heart. And we'll send it out to all the collective, those that are meeting us virtually, and sending them some love. So a little closing for today. You can keep your hands on your heart, place them on your knees, whatever feels good for you today. May today there be peace within. May you trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you remember the infinite possibilities that are born of faith in yourself and others. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content with loving yourself just the way you are. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you later, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.